What's going on, beautiful spirits? This is Myron Magnus, and this is a segment of, well, you could say pure pugilism, but it's really a segment of pure pugilism, MMA, and a segment of emotional intelligence, true, too. Last night we saw unfortunate brawl. Um, just an unfortunate incident overall between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor McGregor. Khabib, congratulations to you on your win, sir. You fought a hell of a fight. Conor McGregor, you put in the best fight you could. You did your best. Congratulations to you. I hope you guys have a good rematch. I hope Khabib Nurmagomedov doesn't lose all this crazy crap as far as a visa, his license to fight and all that. It's been much, much, much worse that's happened before, during, and after sanctioned fights, okay? So, again, I hope this thing doesn't get out of hand as far as the punishment or whatever that may happen to Khabib. But I would like to shed light on is that, this same thing can happen in boxing. This same thing can happen in boxing. We right now may be playing it down, may not think as much, but this wild bull called social media, it's giving a lot of people with lack of emotional intelligence a voice, okay? Or, a little bigger voice than what they ever had in their lives. And a lot of them don't know how to use it properly, okay? And what happened with Khabib and McGregor could easily go down with Wilder and Joshua. And that is the reason for making this video, because this can never go there, okay? This is the important reason why we shouldn't say fighters are scared. You know what I mean? Another fighter shouldn't call another fighter a coward like Wilder called Joshua, which I think is the furthest thing from the truth. The furthest thing from the truth. This is why we shouldn't get into name calling. You okay? And this is why I believe promoters like Shelly Finkel, okay, and Eddie Hearn, and what Lou DiBella is doing, particularly Lou DiBella and Shelly Finkel right now, what they're doing, speaking on behalf of saying Joshua Wilder, not speaking on behalf, my apologies, but saying Joshua Wilder don't want to make a fight with Deontay Wilder, which that was completely false, okay? And a lot of fans of both fighters are getting to the point where it's having emotional involvement. And you can see it brewing, in the comment section with trolls on a lot of YouTubers' posts that mainly talk about boxing, heavyweight boxing, or even welterweight boxing, okay? It's getting ridiculous to the point. We don't want to say boxing is a gentleman's sport, but in fact it is. It is a gentleman's sport. Just because two fighters, two people, or people choose to make a living of fighting doesn't mean they're not gentlemen outside of their profession, okay? Away from the ring, away from the octagon, okay? It's just something they love to do. They love hand-to-hand combat, okay? Just because you're a warrior doesn't mean you cannot be a gentleman at the same time. You may not be a gentleman, and I was about to say you may not be a gentleman in the midst of a fight, but at the same time, you still can be, because there are rules. And there are rules in the sport of boxing when you engage in combat, okay? And those who obey those rules are gentlemen. those who do not obey those rules are cheaters. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they do something intentionally. Sometimes they don't mean to do those things intentionally. They just have an aggressive manner in the way they fight. Okay? But what's going on between Shelly Finkel, Dubella, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren now jumping into it against Eddie Hearn, can easily spew over, okay, to the fans. Because we also live vicariously through the fighters we love to see fighting. We do the same thing, okay? We just do it more verbally, jousting over the internet and BS like that. But this thing has happened in boxing before. We've all seen it, okay? And this is what I don't want to see happen between Wilder and Joshua. Pretty much, it's Wilder's camp that's doing all the talking, slinging all of the insults, okay, this and that. It's their camp that's doing that, okay? Joshua camp has just chilled out, and they're quiet. Even the Finkel, Dubella, keep making, of course, subliminal references to Joshua, okay? And I think that is crass and show the low class of Shelly Finkel and Lou DiBella, okay? Was Eddie Hearn doing it? Yeah. Do Eddie Hearn, is he crass and low class when he was doing it? Talking about Wilder, the boy from Alabama. Yeah, he was. He's just as guilty, okay? But now he's chilled out, and I think the elder statesmen and the motherfuckers who are pretty much producing a fight need to chill out, and that being Lou DiBella and Shelly Finkel. They're now adding more fuel to the fire with them keep on now making their subliminal comments about Joshua. And I think that's not in their place. They're supposedly not supposed to be promoters, but yet you're acting like promoters, okay? The thing with the PBC is these fighters don't have promoters. They're advisors. I think that's just, of course, semantics being played. And I think PBC is a collective of men that advise and promote the fighters, okay? And maybe just 3 men. You know what I mean? Al Heyman, Shelly Finkel, Lou DiBella. I don't know. But I think that's what really is going on over there. Those fighters do have promoters. They may do a little bit promotion of themselves on social media and everything, but those older heads, you know what I mean, the older men that runs that paperwork, they're promoters, okay? And we gotta not be naive and really recognize that. But I don't want to see this happen. Bottom line, I don't want to see this type of energy spill over with Wilder and Joshua. Let the older heads, the ones conducting the real business on paper, far as Shelly Finkel, Eddie Hearn, Al Heyman, really, let's get Shelly Finkel out the way, or Shirley Finkel, and let's deal with Al Heyman and Eddie Hearn, and they make this thing happen. Because it's evident that the bad blood is bad blood there between Shelly Finkel and Eddie Hearn, and Lou DiBella, and I guess Eddie Hearn, okay, and the father of Eddie Hearn. So, and Frank Warren is just from the side making it worse. And we cannot be followers, okay? Us right now, the fans, okay, the YouTubers, we cannot be followers right now, okay? We got to show that we have a cognitive ability, okay, and of our own. We have a mind of our own, okay? We have thoughts of our own. We have mouths of our own, and not add more to this crap, okay? So it will not become something that just happened last night between Khabib and Conor. And I see it going that way. We got to have a code, brothers, okay? Because, you know, black people can be easily manipulated, unfortunately. We could easily be manipulated. We have in the past. And from what I've seen, we haven't showed that. We haven't showed on a collective scale that we have the emotional intelligence to prevent that from happening again on a collective. Okay? So, men, let's stand up. Let's start addressing each other, or addressing both of these fighters with respect and the benefit of the doubt. Okay? Benefit of the doubt. Okay? And because I firmly believe that Joshua wants to fight Wilder. Okay? Or Wilder, I watched the interview on IFL TV. When Wilder was just a couple of weeks ago, last week, a couple of weeks in Britain, and the interviewer asked him the question, and Wilder admitted he had first accepted the $15 million. Okay? It was a rematch clause that was one-sided, and so Wilder pulled out. That's fine by you. If you were so, now the rematch clause should be both ways. I agree with you. But if you were so confident that you was going to beat your boy Anthony Joshua, and that he was scared of you, you should have go ahead and took that $15 million. Okay? Whether you had a rematch clause in your favor or not, if you was that confident you was going to beat the boy. So us saying that Anthony Joshua they didn't try to make a deal, is false. We know that. Now, Joshua admitted he took the $15 million. Okay, he accepted the offer, but then at the same time, perhaps his advisor or whatever, somebody in his ear said, hold up, you don't got no rematch clause. He has one if he loses, but you don't have one if you lose. So then he pulled out. Okay? Okay? And then Joshua said in the interview, because I know I'm worth more than. But you was willing to take the $15 million first, because you've only taken like $2.5 million on average with the fights before that. So, and $15 million is 5 times more than what you was making before, 6 times more. So, let's keep it real, people, and be honest with the whole situation that Anthony Joshua did, and Eddie Hearn did give Wilder an offer that Wilder initially accepted, but then he backed out of because of a rematch clause. So saying that, and Wilder said that was the only reason. Wilder, out his own mouth, watched the interview, said because it wasn't a rematch clause is why he didn't take the fight. A rematch clause in Wilder's favor. But that was the only thing. Everything else we were saying is just complete speculation, okay? And it's a bunch of BS because none of us is behind the scenes and know what's really, really, really being said. So all I'm saying, let's give both fighters benefit of the doubt, okay? And let's just start engaging this thing vehemently, of course, but with some respect to both sides as young black men. Because right now in the world today, young black men don't need no friction amongst each other, okay? Because we're much, much more stronger together. No matter if it's UK, no matter if it's Africa, no matter if it's South America, and definitely no matter if it's the United States of America, okay? We have all the strength in our numbers. And it's not just black men, okay? This is all men. All men, okay? All men. Not just our group, men of all groups, okay? Let's show respect, okay, for each other. And understand that positive energy creates elevation. One love.